This video explains the DB client copy utility. This utility allows administrators to replicate clients, which means recreating entire production configurations. There are other functions, like the transport case, to export objects to other clients and even systems. But they don't include operational data, like messages, statistics, and reports. DB client copy does, and it's the main benefits. DB client copy is multi-system capable, but some configuration is involved in the INI file. There are two ways of executing client copy, either with a UI or in batch modes. We'll explain both and provide the syntax. ucybdbcc can duplicate and delete entire clients. You select a source client, a client number for the target clients, and the utility takes care of everything. The utility is multi-system. You can copy a client to a remote database, even if the DB packages don't match, say from SQL Server to Postgres, as long as the two systems are networked. Deleting a client is even easier. There's a benefit to DB client copy. Replicated clients include operational data like messages, statistics, reports, and versions, and user objects whose passwords can be reset. The procedure is always run from client 0, and the user submitting client copy in batch mode needs a matching user object on both systems. It's also possible to append new operational data, namely messages, statistics, and reports, to a client previously copied with the utility. Some configuration is required in the INI file. Client copy has its own UI. You start it with a utility file with the jar extension in Windows and SH in Unix. All client copy procedures are executed from client 0. The UI is very simple. It has two mode tabs at the top for client copy and delete. Below, you select the source client. That's the client you want to copy or delete. On the right, you select the client number you want to copy to. This is the target. If the symbol is green, the client number is available. If it's blue, it already exists and you cannot use it for a new copy, although you can add to it. Below that, you find settings. If it's your first copy, you have no choice but to copy configuration objects. Everything else is optional. You can choose to copy messages, execution statistics and reports, and version objects. You can also reset the password of your client user objects. In the new client, passwords default to PASS in lowercase, although you can change that with the default password variable. When you're done, you click Copy Client, and the procedure executes. Administrators can also execute client copy in batch mode. This is the syntax for the copy mode. There are optional options that are available in all utilities. -V prints the AA version. -I points to the INI file. You only need this if the file is not located in the same directory, otherwise it's not needed. -L sets the language. Then we have options that are required and or specific to the utility. -B is a constant for batch mode. -C indicates the copy modes, as opposed to delete. -S is the source client and -T is the target client number. -O copies the objects, -M copies the messages, -A copies the statistics and reports, and -V copies the version objects. -W removes the work table file. This is an XML file generated during the process, which client copy uses to import from. You can retain the file by omitting -W. The delete mode is simple. -E is for the delete mode, and then you select either -S or -T with a client number to indicate the system on which you want to delete the client, either source or target. The INI file has two settings we need to look at. The first is in the global section. It's called work table path. The client copy utility relies on an XML file to export to and import from. You can indicate the location of the XML file. The default is the utility's bin directory. The source DB and target DB sections contain standard SQL Server Connect settings that are common to all DB utilities. These contain the ODBC database connection settings. By default, the two are the same, and so your client copy will happen on the same system. But you can use the ODBC connection string from another system. In doing so, you'll copy the client to that particular system. They don't even have to be the same database package. If you would like to reset the user object's password during client copy, the new password is set to PASS, all lowercase. You can change this with the PWD_default value in UC client settings. Remember that a utility submitted in batch mode is done on the command line, and so it has specific requirements. The current user must have a matching user object in the client, and in our case, it's client 0. It doesn't have to match the case, the department is irrelevant. It does not require authorizations or privileges. but you cannot have two user objects with the same name and different departments.